Hey, how's it going, Harding? Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome to the stream. How you doing? I guess this afternoon for you. Hey, Mark, welcome. How's it going? Come I'm doing pretty well. I've been I haven't been streaming this week so much because I was working on the UI, and it's kind of not the funnest thing to show in a stream, at least to in my view. So yeah, I've been doing some quite a bunch of work on that. If you want to see it, let me know. I can show it to you. Okay, 1 second. Let me just try and kind of finagle this here in place. I'm trying to work on those transition levels and seeing what kind of works here around here. Okay, so yeah, here it is. Let's see. Oh, Perforce, nice. That's always fun. Harding, are you using that for version control or anything else in particular? Yeah, so Mark, you probably remember like the pause menu was kind of like this in the beginning, but now like if you go into settings, all these have been like I don't have anything on the controller and mouse and keys, but like the video, audio, advanced, they're all like this. And if you click on one of the settings, you get this. And global illumination is like just these are just check marks. Oh shoot, I shouldn't have done that. Why did I do that? Oh, I think this vertical sync is gonna crash the engine. Shoot. Or do that. God damn it, I hate it when it does that. Let me close real quick because I don't want these shaders to keep compiling. Yeah, so let me show you the rest of it. It's kind of like the same way, that kind of accordion. Oh, I see. Well, so Harding, I am using GitHub. So I mean, yeah, I hear that Perforce is kind of like, I guess, a standard when it comes to game development and all that. But I've been using Git and actually no LFS because I don't have any. Once you go over 100 megabytes, I think LFS is like once you go, you need it for like files that are larger than 100 megabytes. But if you have a file that's larger than 100 megabytes, I would probably reconsider that file. um, and actually, No, actually, I don't think I have. I think even the Skybox that I have is not, is close to 100 megabytes, but is not over that. So anything under 100 megabytes is fine. No, I have the free version because I used to have the paid version, but the paid version, um, at the point that I got it, the paid version had uh, private repositories. But now they changed it, so the free version. Oh yeah, dude, my repository is like 80 gigs, I think, and I don't think you have a limit on that. I think their paid plans are for like people that have, you know, large files and that kind of stuff. But for me, I have a free version of it, and the free version they introduced, I think it was a few months ago, they introduced uh, private repositories, and that was the only reason that I had the paid one in the beginning. Yeah, so check this out. Check this out for the menu. Yeah, so you know there's save game now. I have save slots. Then there's going to be. I don't have anything for the load game, but yeah, if you go on the settings, you know there's the audio, and you can like tweak these values. Oh yeah, for sure. So you know like you know the audio quality. I think the advanced like the, let's see which one doesn't change, like the resolution for example. This one doesn't. It's not really finicky, or not finicky, but like in the editor it tries to like rebuild shaders and all that. So there we go. Ah, what the heck? It's trying to compile all the shaders now. But yeah, you can kind of tell this is working. But like what I did is some time ago I was playing around with them and I let them compile, and it just um, now I changed it again. I didn't leave them on high, and once I didn't have it on high, it tries to compile the shaders. So yeah, I guess visually. Oh, in the corner. Yeah, that's a good thought. That's a good thought. That's a good thought. Yeah, I'll take a look at that. See how that looks. But yeah, that's I was trying to implement this. I really wanted to have it so there's not the original menu had like pop-ups, you know, that would pop up on the left side, and I just wanted to keep it a little simpler. And also the other thing that it had, it didn't apply the settings as you were tweaking them. So it used to have something like, so for example in video, you would go in the resolution and select one of the resolutions, and it wouldn't apply it. You would have to go back, and then you would be asked if you want to apply the settings. So, but yeah, I will try and see how the. I mean, to be honest, I kind of like the on your own logo behind there. So maybe that's just me. Let me see how it looks in full screen. So I don't know. I mean, I kind of like it. It has this little kind of wiggle effect to it. So right, and so I've transitioned all the other ones into this kind of you know menu where you have this kind of this label here and then everything else in there, and it kind of works the same way where you go into the save, you get a save slots and so on. And then I've also changed the main menu to look like this, so it's kind of uniform. I used to have it on the side, and this space in the middle was just dead. You know, it wasn't used for anything. So I was thinking, you know, we can just like do it like this. Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I'll give that a try. I mean, it's kind of. I'll see how that looks. I do like it. I have to be honest. I like it in the middle. But but yeah, you were asking about Git. So let me show you. Let me show you what I do for that. So what I do is I have Git Bash running in here, And I actually have a bunch of changes that I've. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm kind of satisfied with the looks of it, in all honesty. So, but yeah. So now, let me see. I know there's quite a bunch of changes that I've made recently. You know, with as you can see, all the widget menus and um, yeah. The only thing that you need to be careful with is sometimes these binaries they tend to be quite large. So yeah, for now they're fine. But if they go over 100 megabytes, you won't be able to push them. So I'm just gonna add them all to my index. Hey, unofficial gamer, what's going on? You can. I actually just I have a git ignore file. So because I believe I have some so like for example the intermediate and the saved. There's a couple of folders that I have some larger files that I don't use. Like for example these ones right here, they're like really big and I don't want them on the repository. Um, oh come on. Uh, ds kind of modified the file. I hate VI. If there's one thing that I hate more is VI. Anyways, so I'm just gonna close out of this window here. I hate it on Unix. I hate it on the Cygwin thing. But anyway, so now if I get another status, you'll see that they should all be in green. So now just do a git, the commit with the message. This is kind of incremental. I usually sometimes if I just do continuous work on something, and then just a git push, and that's that. So I was able to pull this repository when I was away on my laptop and work on it, and it's free. I can't complain with that. It's free. It's simple. I don't have to like mess with or learn another UI tool or GUI tool or something like that. So I'm satisfied with it. Yeah, so I was telling you about the menu. Let's see, what was that? So I wanted to have this where you have the accordion, and so once you open one of them or you click a different option in here, it's just going to apply the setting. It usually doesn't take this long. It's actually really quick. But right now it's trying to do the shader compilation because it's like that. So, but yeah, that's how the menu is. In advanced, they all have the same one, but you can just do this kind of stuff. So let me restart this because these shaders compiling. Yeah, so and there it goes. It didn't do it. You get some warnings if the file is over 50 megabytes. To try the Git large file system. But as long as you're not over 100 megabytes, the system allows you to do it. So, and if you have files that are that large, that's when you would need Git LFS and get a paid account. But yeah, I've been using it since I've started the project, and I never had any issues with it. It actually saved my butt in a bunch of occasions. You know, I had some changes that I made, and I realized that I committed them to the repository, and I saved everything. And once I went back in, it either crashed or there was some issue with the blueprint. So I was able to revert to a previous commit. So uh, that was kind of a lifesaver, you know. I guess that's why you do get, you know, versioning. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, unless you back it up to some kind of external hard drive, or I mean, Google Drive is still good. You know, Google Drive or Dropbox or stuff like that. It's definitely good. You know, like I do a hard backup every now and again. You know, I just copy the project to a separate directory or to a separate hard drive. Oh yeah, and the other thing you've seen that I was doing something with with what was that? With the save game. So I actually have save game working right now, and that was actually pretty easy to set up. I really like that. I was pretty happy with how easy that was to set it up. And so there's also load, but it's really crude. So right now it only saves. So you know my player has a component called player stats. So oh, I was following the tutorial from Matt. I don't think it's Mark. I think it's Matt Watstein. So I was following his tutorial, and he has a really good explanation for it. Really simple. So what I'm doing is I can show you real quick. Let me see, where do I have that? Blueprints, save and load. Yeah, so right now it's pretty basic, and I was testing it in a separate project, and what I have here, what I'm saving to the save slot is, if you look, let me see, where's my player thing here? Fast locomotion, space, character. Hopefully the engine won't crash because I have about 20 tabs open right now. But yeah, so my character has I've created a player stats component, and the player stats component has a bunch of details in it. So instead of just saving each one individually, I just save, I get everything out of the player stats and set it in the BP save. And that's that. Whenever I load one of the slots, that's when I just load all the data that's, you know, the player stats that are related to the character, and you know, that's probably what I'm going to do for the other components as well. You know, like the player quest component, the inventory component, and so I think, and also probably the dialogue component, because I think I keep a track of the dialogues in the dialogue component. So I need to save that. You know, so whenever you chat with one of the NPCs, you don't you know, redo some of the um, discussions. Well, yeah, so the reason I wanted to do with, I was thinking about structs in the beginning, but I wanted to do components because, like in the player quest component, let me see where that is. Stats. Actually, let's look at player stats. So player stats extends off of base stats. So base stats is kind of like the parent class. And right now I started off with just a really basic kind of thing, but what it has is, let's see, so event graph. it's kind of a mess right now, so don't mind that. So the component is, let's see, so there's really nothing at this time in here, but once you click save, let me see, where is that? Save. Graph. Yeah, so this is what I do. So whenever you hit that button save slot, I'm just getting the, like right now it's pretty crude. It's just saving a float. But basically, I'm just gonna set the in my BP save game. I'm just gonna have a variable here, which is gonna be player stats, and that one's gonna be of type BP player. Where was that? That is it. Oh, it's not player stats. Can I call something else? Player stats. Right. So this is what my plan is. So basically, in here, what I'm hoping is this one is going to be set player stats to get player character. So this one we're going to cast it ALS space character, and from here player stats. Well, I'm hoping it will. My initial testing looked pretty good, but I haven't done a lot of it, so. But I think this should do it, because I mean it's the instance of that object that you're just setting it to this one, and then writing it to the save slot. So I'm hoping that, I mean, in theory, it should. So we'll and I mean, what we could do, let me think. Do I have that in place at the moment? I was just trying to think if I have the load functionality in. I'm not sure if I have the load functionality. Yeah, components are pretty good because the main reason for it is that my enemies can have a player stat component. You know, so that's how I track their health. And you know, I don't have to you know, go and set struct and all that. You know, for example, in my base character or the player stats, I increment health stat by, or you know, health, thirst, or stamina, depending on what I use, and then I just set the variable that are set in here. So if I shoot my enemy, you know, I'm gonna increment the health stat by a negative 10 health. Yeah, but I mean, your way is not bad at all. I mean, it's just a different approach. So, you know, to me, from like an object-oriented programming standpoint, this made more sense. So, because you know what this one's gonna do, this one's also gonna control the HUD and everything else in here. So, this component is gonna, like, for example, if the enemy would have a little bar across their head, this would be able to update that, you know, so you just contain that within the component. Excuse me, within the component. I think that was the biggest thing. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so what I'll do is let me actually, I think we can test this real quick. Let's see if this actually works. Let's compile. Ooh, what's the error about? Player stats. Huh. I'm wondering if I need to cast to this guy. Oh, did I not compile that? Oh, you're right. Huh. I wasn't paying attention. Huh. Good point. I guess I would have found out once I went into game mode, because it would have done it, I guess, for me. So let me try and do something. What I'm gonna do actually, I'm gonna try and well, thanks, dude. Yeah, that's one of the reasons that I didn't stream as much, and plus, you know, I had to. I was telling Mark on Discord is like, hey, I kind of had to adult this week, so that's why I wasn't able to stream as much. You know, work was kind of busy, and it was the type of work that you just, oh man, not the funnest thing, and the kind of the soul crushing type thing that you don't feel like doing anything afterwards. But yeah, let's test this out real quick. What I wanted to do is see if um, once I hit save, if this one gets applied. So player stats. Yeah, so it's setting it to whatever the player stats has. The one thing that I didn't do is, I mean, I guess at this point, well, so my my adulting job is, oh yeah, thank you, Mark. I'll probably definitely reach out. I'm just scratching the surface right now. But yeah, Harding, my adulting job is kind of a jack of all trades right now. Like this week, I've been doing a bunch of kind of server admin work, and I'm not sure if any of you is familiar with Jira. Like I manage an instance of Jira where I work. So there was a bunch of, you know, transferring projects from one server to a different server. So that's one of those things that is just repetitive and kind of annoying. But yeah, it's also code related. Well, I mean, uh, Java code related. So no game connection whatsoever. It's just the experience of, you know, object-oriented programming. I guess that helps a little bit. And yeah. All right. Well, so let's take a look. So now that I've saved the player stats, let me try and actually load it. I think I could potentially do that to kind of cheat it real quick. So in my pause menu, I can just add a load game to this. So load game from slot and save slot. That's gonna be fine. And so see, this is what I was doing, but now what I'm going to try and do is this one. I'm going to get the stats, get player stats, and then set player stats to this. So I'm going to try and get some damage on the player before I save and see if that works. Hey Vlad, what's going on? Yeah, I think for me, I'm also coming from CryEngine. Oh yeah, programming definitely helps with some of the concepts, and but coming from CryEngine, I did get to do a little bit of C++ programming in there, so also working with this kind of paradigm of using components, So that was a little bit of an introduction, and I think that's why I kind of correlated in Unreal the use of components from CryEngine. So I don't think it was uh, a total time waste for me, the the CryEngine experience, so to speak. Okay, so let's see. I have the player stats in here. Let's see if this one's going to do anything. I'm going to try and get some fall damage. Oh, well, welcome. It depends on what issue you have with the bullets. Yeah, right now it's not a lot of exciting. I mean, there's just some level design that I'm going to be doing in this stream. But if you have any questions, I can definitely try and answer them. Okay, so let's see if I take some fall damage. Oof, that was a little too much of a fall damage. Let's see, where was my character? I guess so this height is you die height kind of thing. Oh, thank you. And no worries about it. I mean, that's one of the reasons that I do streaming, is just kind of engaging with people, and sometimes, a good part of the stream is yeah, break your legs. Um, I guess, and that was not big enough. So, part of it is just engaging with people, and let's see if this one's enough. Yeah, there we go. So we have a little bit of a fall. Let's save this. Alright, so now let's see if I never really tried this in the editor to quit the game, and so Harding, I've adapted something from the water materials. So the water materials product, I think it's called water materials. Let me take a look and make sure that that's what it is. But yeah, it is starting from the water materials, and I think that project is still, I hope it's still free. So it's this one here. So I've been using the Rapids one, but yeah, I've changed some of them quite a bit in that texture. It's still using the same vertex paint and all, but it is kind of a mixture of things right now. It has refraction as well. So let's see, where's a good more obvious place to look? Because before you could look through the water and it would just look a little bit like everything was pretty static, or not static, but just it looked like you're looking through a glass, so it's not very obvious. Anyways, yeah, so I played around with some of the depth, and also changed the way the normals behave and how they flow across the surface. And yeah, the vertex paint, I've changed some of the textures there as well. But overall, that's the base of it is that. All right. Well, let's see if So now I'm going to start at ground level so I don't get any fall damage. Yeah, no problem. Alright, so no fall damage. Let's see if I load the game. I guess it didn't really work. I was hoping that it was gonna save slot. Let's see if this gets triggered here. I guess it's not gonna be Vlad. I guess it's not gonna be just just level design. So it's gonna be some streaming or some blueprint stuff going on as well. So let's see. Interesting. Yeah. So that one doesn't. Oh, I guess it did now. Whoops. I did not want to do that. Yeah, I'm not sure why that didn't get applied. But Mark, in principle, that's this is how I intend of doing it. You know, not sure why that's. Let me see if I do a. Let me try again, like taking the fall damage. Alright, there we go. So now try and save this. Return to game. Oh, I forgot. I should have done it a little bit differently so I don't exit. I'm not sure if exiting maybe makes it worse. Let's get some kind of water bottle or something so I can get some health back. All right, so there's that. Hey, Biano, thank you so much. All right, so hopefully, so now there's the save slot. Let's pick up the water bottle. Ah, man, I forgot about the fact that I need to find my backpack first. And now that I'm injured, I can't run. So, oh man, I'm working against myself. Alright, but at least I know that the backpack I've placed somewhere around here. Alright, so there's the backpack. Let's consume some water. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I guess I found a bug. It didn't affect the health, at least not that I could notice. It didn't update the bar. So let's see if I load the game. Oh, there you go. It updated the health, so that's good. But it's yeah, that's interesting. I think the health gets updated, but I'm not updating the bar itself. You know, like the little. I'm setting the health, but not the. And this is my bad. Because I should have, like, in my stats. Where's the stats? Oh, I'm having a little bit too many of these things open. So in my stats, I got an event increment health stat. Oh, this has to be implemented in the child class. I mean, it's actually, this is an interface call. So once you go into the let's see, where is my? I thought I had that thing open. Where is it? take a look at player stats. So player stats, what I should have used is the increment health stat. Well, but at least that's the plan, and I guess I just need to refine it a little bit due to one, that water bottle not applying the health once you fall, because what it should have been doing, and I think it's something related to the inventory. Let me get that backpack closer. So at least you can get to it. Alright, so let's pick up the backpack, pick up the water bottle. Yeah, so this is what should have happened. When I first used it. And so yeah. But anyways, Mark, that is what my plan is for the player stats, and kind of just saving that, using the save game for that. I'm also thinking that the way I'm I'm not sure if this one is also working as I hope it would. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully that works. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why. So I would have expected. Let me try and uncheck this, because I want to try it one more time, so that and let's check this and make it for 10 seconds maybe, to see if I can debug that. Maybe I should actually just put a debug statement on that and check this variable. Let's see, maybe this works. Alright, so I'm falling from that height, taking damage. Let's go ahead and save it. And see if we loaded. There you go. So it is getting the right number. It's just not what I need to be doing is updating. So so if I take some health, so what I'm not doing is when I'm loading, let's see, where was I'm all over the place right now. Save game. So whenever I'm was that the save game in here? Oh, that's the save game stats and pause and menu. Right, so in here, actually this is where it should have been. So in here, I'm getting the player stats, but I'm not updating. So I'm not doing this, updating the values. So for example, update health. This is what I should have been doing. So let's actually try that real quick. So this is updating the health bar, and so let's get this. But the thing is, this one has a stats HUD. I'm not sure if I can get to that. Let's try this. I guess I might have to do a little bit of rework around here. So maybe combined all these update statements into one. So whenever you load, you can update all the stats at once, right? But right now it's going to be kind of crude, so I'm just going to do a update one stat. So let's try that. See if that would work. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Something like that. So we have the stats. So the landscape, that is a combination actually. It's originally this was forest that I bought from the marketplace. It's called a forest environment set, and it has some really awesome stuff in it, like some of these broadleaf trees, and some of these things, these little scarp, I guess they call it a scarp or a sandy slope is what the original developer called it, which I went and changed a bunch of the texturing for it, especially for the detail for the cover. And it had also some of these ferns, some of these kind of ground vegetation, and also this terrain. But in the end, I've ended up sculpting a bunch of it. So I guess it started with what the developer originally had, and then it turned into something, you know. And I've just updated it to fit my needs. You know, like for example, you know, have this area for like a transition level. So basically, you would go through this little cave, and this would transition you into the next level. So that way the level behind you can unload, and you don't have to like have all that extra geometry in there. And you know, similar, this is another one here that I've just done right now. So this would be another transition level. And so what I'm doing basically right now is creating a base level like this. So I'm going to be using that to kind of stitch them together. So I'm going to have one of these here, then another one here, then another one here. So basically the player is going to go through some of these levels. So hopefully it's going to seem open world, but in the end, at one time, you're only going to have 3 levels loaded. So you're going to have the 2 transition levels and the main level. So that's the plan. But yeah, as far as like these transition levels, these are completely from scratch. They're done completely from scratch. This main one, like I said, is just something from the marketplace that I tweaked to my needs. And yeah, like I said, the package also had some of these trees and some of this ground vegetation that is really nice, and I decided to keep it. And ground texture is from Quixel with a material I've created some time ago. I actually have a tutorial for that on my YouTube channel for that material. And yeah, these are some rocks from Quixel, and I have some of the rocks from Paragon that I've also they share everything besides the normal, which is the detail map. So everything else is the same, you know, like the same moss, the same rock texture, the same small detail textures. So this one actually right now, I'm not sure if it has SSGI on, but I've tried SSGI, and to be honest, it didn't really, I mean, it added something. So let me see. I'm not sure if because I played around with, since I have this in my, I'm guessing it's off. Oh, I think due to my settings, I think that's under effects, and my effects right now are low, so I think they have to be on high for you to have SSGI. And if I change it to high, it's I'm probably gonna do it once. I'm gonna change everything back to high once I end the stream for lunch. So I'm gonna try and stream again later in the day, and I'll show you if you're gonna be around. I can show you how it looks with SSGI. And I mean, there is a little bit of a performance impact. It's not very big, but and I have a pretty old card right now, a video card. So for most folks, it's gonna run just fine. But yeah, right now it's like you see the way it looks right now, and I can show you a little bit more of it. So the way it looks right now is on these kinds of settings. So a couple of them on medium, one of them on low, some of them on high. So it's kind of a mixture of settings, and this is kind of what the visual result is. Which actually, now that I look at it, is not too bad considering how many of them um, are not on high. Like right now, it says that scalability is shown as low. So probably just because one of them is set to low, but the effects are definitely on high is definitely gonna change things, because I'm thinking, you know, also shadows, you know, shadows is on medium, so that definitely affects the way it looks. Foliage is on medium, so it's gonna be, I think it's gonna look quite a little bit better once. And yeah, Harding, you were asking about the water. I believe the refraction is also a higher, you need to have a higher effect on it so that it actually shows as refractions. Yeah, and that's the thing, you know, I did a build yesterday to test this out and see if it happens when you're on a build project, but that doesn't happen. But it will, when you're in the editor, it will try and do that. You know, it will, I mean, it's not going to try and do that, it's going to do that. So that's why I didn't want to do it while I'm doing the stream, because it's going to take maybe 10 minutes to compile all the shaders that I still need to do some cleanup of. And unfortunately, that's why I can't really do much with the SSGI enable or disable, since the effects are low. But yeah, like right now, I'm not even sure what's the FPS looking like. So let me minimize a bunch of these windows that I have open. Oh, and this is another thing. God damn it. I've set the frame rate in my menu to 30, and that's why I only get 30. So let's see if I change this to, yeah, I did. So I've changed it to, let's change it to 60. Oh, but I'm hoping it's not gonna do the whole. I don't think for frame rate it needs to do the shaders. I hope it doesn't. I don't remember it needing to do it, but yes, I guess it does. I don't know why, but I think it's due to the yeah. Well, so I've been changing these settings around a lot, and I think that's what it. Uh, yeah. Oh, no worries. I mean, it's usually like I just shut it and then restart it, and it just skips over that, so I don't have to like wait for that to happen. And so yeah, hopefully I'm I'm gonna try and do another stream this afternoon as well, and before then I'm gonna have everything set back to high. So hopefully that won't be, we won't have to wait for the shaders to compile. I mean, like I said, there's some shaders there I need to do some cleanup, so hopefully if this does need to happen, it's not going to be, you know, that drastic of like 15,000 shaders. But so let me go back to that forest transition level and see if there's anything else that I want to touch on before ending the stream here. Oh yeah, one of the things that I wanted to do before ending is the trying to see if I can update the stats UI based on the save game. So that was, and let's see, where is it? I have so many of them open. too many of them open. Save slot. It's in the pause menu under the load. All right, there we go. So let's take a quick look at this. The player stats. And this one should be, let's do an update. What was that? So it's an update health. But the stats HUD, I'm hoping that I have it available here. Stats HUD. Let's do an update health. And it's gonna use the stats. Alright, let's try that out. Do I have the fall damage? I do. Alright, so we're falling, and there's damage. Where did my backpack go? Alright, so let's grab the backpack, grab the water bottle, quench our thirst, so there's that. And now let's see if I, oh come on, I just didn't really do just that. Yeah, in the editor, once you hit escape, it just goes, you know, escapes game mode. So I have set it up as like shift escape. So I forgot to use that. So let's pick up the water bottle and the backpack and consume this. Oh, why the hell did it not add my health to that? That's interesting. I guess I'm troubleshooting things right now. Let's try that again. Huh. I guess that's a bug that we found there. I wonder what might be causing that. Now, once I load the game, huh. That's interesting. Well, I guess something to be fixed. I think it might be. Yeah, I gotta see what's going on here. Anyways, but I think that was a good good attempt at this. And when we were looking at and we were printing the string, it did show as the health once you took the fall damage, and you know, as the health that was saved to the save slot. So now it's just a matter of representing that in the HUD. I'm not sure why that's not doing it properly. So I'll try and do some digging, probably off stream. But that aside, I think what I wanted to finish off before ending is this little section here. Well, I mean, not really, you know, finish it off, but at least attempting to dress it up a little bit. You know, it looks like a kind of a decent starting ravine type stuff. Let me hide some of these markers here. So the only thing that it needs to have is some more variety and in the ground, of course, and some trees on this ridge here. So for that, I'm going to be cheating a little bit. I'm just going to be using one of these meshes as I actually don't like that very much because it's kind of little too varied in its surface. So let me try something that's a little flatter. Let's try that. So maybe let's make that twice in size. And you know, since you're not going to be able to see here, you're not going to be like, oh, but how does the tree grow on the rock? So let's see, let's make sure that I actually don't have the right level selected. Because right now I have 3 levels on here. So there's the persistent level, which is this forest grid 21, and then I just wanted to tack onto it the transition levels, so I see how or you know where to tack them on. You know, so there's going to be like probably 2 at this end, maybe 1 at this end, and you know for each one of those I'm going to be reusing one of these levels and just kind of moving some things around. Yeah, human. Hopefully I'll see you later. I usually post that on Discord. If you want to join the Discord channel, I think that's I usually post that. You know, maybe you know 10-15 minutes in advance. So yeah, let me know if you're interested in that, and I'll just post the link in the chat. All right, so let's see. I have that selected. Let's paint some trees. There we go, something along those lines, and there's probably going to be extended more since that's going to be I'm going to be trying to hide that, maybe put another big rock behind it or something like that. Yeah, let me get an invite to that because I think that's what you need to have. Discord channels, and hopefully by then I'll also have a fix for that for the save, and maybe make it a little bit you know, a little bit, you know, better working so that whenever you go into load, it actually shows the list of slots. Okay. So yeah, that's definitely a little bit better. You know, the way that is. I think, oops, I don't want to do that. So let's do a little bit of sculpting of this terrain because it's so flat across here, and I just wanted to give it a little bit more, you know, kind of a different kind of variety in here. You know, like kind of in this corner, maybe raise it up and like raise it up along the edges, kind of like so. You know, so it's not just you're not going to see this in nature unless it's man-made. So you know, something like this could work out pretty nicely. And the only thing is, at this point, is if I want to, so I have 2 landscapes here. I'm wondering if I need to move this further back to link it into the next, the kind of the clone of this one. So as I was saying, the clone of this level is going to continue on this end. So, and the same is going to go for this end, and they're probably going to be linked together by another one of these small transition levels. But I think at this point, this is a little bit more along what I was hoping to accomplish here. You know, something like more like that. and that can give some decent variety. And I think I can like maybe sculpt it a little more and kind of push this area down here maybe a little more, and you know, maybe have some mud in it or something. No, so what's going to happen, there's going to be one big persistent level, but that persistent level is going to have a bunch of all these levels, right? So there's going to be maybe, I'm thinking right now, there's going to be probably 4 of these that are going to be linked together by these. So basically, you're going to be when the game starts, it's going to start with a plane crash sequence, and I chose the plane crash even though it's a little bit you know, it's a repetitive theme used in gaming. Every single game out there, like what do you call it? BioShock has it. I think Far Cry might have it. I can't remember which one. I think the first one. So, but the reason for that is that while this one's not such a big level, I can have the plane crash in different locations. So you're going to start from different areas of the map. And, you know, that could help a little bit with replayability and such. But basically, you're going to crash into one of these. And what's going to happen is, at that time, the only levels that are going to be streamed in is this one and then its transition levels. So basically, I'm going to have this one loaded and then, say for example, this transition level. And then once you're in this here, you know, and you go around the bend, the next one gets loaded, and once you reach the entrance into the next one, the one behind you gets unloaded, right? So once you enter this one, then the next, this one's already loaded, that's empty here, but this one's going to be loaded along with its transition levels. So, so you basically have one bigger level and these little small levels that are acting as transitions. Actually, you were not. You're only going to be able to see one of them because, and actually, I think I can. I think I'm probably going to end the stream for now and then continue on into continue on later on today and just you know, kind of resume the level design here. But let me show you. Let me show you what I mean by that. So let me get into. Exactly. Yeah, Harding. That's what it is. So let me see. Where's my persistent level? Persistent level. There we go. Hopefully this is not gonna crash because I have 20 tabs open right now and like 3 separate little content browsers and level windows, and so hopefully this doesn't crash. But this one I think will show it a little bit better. This being this is where whenever the game starts, this is what gets loaded, this persistent level. Oh yeah, I forgot about the. Oh man, and this one is actually showing everything at the moment. So let me try, because I have 2 skies in here. So let me see, this is a forest grid, so I can hide that one. So hopefully the stream is back on. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. I had to like restart Chrome as well because it's Chrome, you know, so. But yeah, what happened was I had I'm gonna close a bunch of my windows. So I had everything loaded, basically all my levels, and that's not fun for my computer. But yeah, I think was it you, Human, that you were asking? Hopefully you're still on. You're asking me about the specs. Um, I know somebody asked about the specs, but yeah, I have so it's about 4.5 years old. Oh, so Discord, I actually posted it just a little bit above. If you scroll in the live chat, it should be there. Let me know if you want me to post the link again. Yeah, I'm gonna try and refrain from opening all the asset editors and see if if it's not gonna crash it again. But I need to hide a bunch of stuff. And I can also show you how the game starts, basically, if this thing cooperates. But yeah, it's a 4-year-old, about 4.5 years old, i7 4790K or 4044, something like that, and a GTX 970 and 16 gigs of RAM. So by today's standards, definitely I would say middle of the road. Let me see. So I want to keep that on. Maybe I don't want to keep that. Save mine. I am not entirely sure why the thing is so bright. Do I have some extra fog in here? Okay, that definitely helped. And I'm not sure what this is. New game started. Yeah, this folder. Oof, yeah, that definitely doesn't have to be there. Alright, so I got the surrounding levels, load bar level, lighting level. Right, so basically when the game starts, and let me start that up. So this is how it works, you know, just kind of the loading menu as well. So you get to see that. So, you know, you're kind of flying in, so you're not going to be able to see a lot of the stuff on the ground, which is, yeah, and then the player crashes, the plane crashes. You know, not like that, but, you know, kind of a dive. I just need to fix the path for that. So, you know, once you get into the game, this is an example of one of the levels. And actually, maybe I can show. So in the beginning, you'll get detected. There's like a camera somewhere in this tree, I think. Did I remove it? So you're gonna get detected as soon as once you land in, and you're gonna be detected by kind of the friendly NPCs. So they're gonna direct you across this area. So at this point, you'll have your compass. You'll be able to use your compass. So this is again, this is kind of the level from the original developer, and that I'm going to be replacing with that level that you've seen. So so yeah, once you get to the little bunker here, oh man, this is too high. Actually, that's good. So you'll be able to enter this, and this also is going to act as a transition level. So once you're in here, you can see I have these little boxes here, that these are kind of just I've created these level what do I call these? Like a level loading volumes. Yeah, stream level. So so the reason I'm using two of them is once you enter this one, I want the bunker level to be shown. So basically, let's see, this is going to be shown. And once you enter the second one, so basically this one here, I want the exterior level, which is the forest level, to be hidden. And the same works when you go out. So when you enter this space, this little thing, it's going to check to see if the exterior level that you're going into, basically it's kind of like this. So I have a level to load and levels to unload. And this one works in the opposite. In the opposite way, I have the forest to load along with the lighting level, because inside I don't need the exterior lighting. You know, it just adds to the complexity of the light. And I want to unload the bunker level. So by the time you're at this point here, you know, I'm going to want the bunker level to unload and the exterior ones to load. So hopefully that makes sense. That's how I'm planning on doing some of the transitions between the levels. Okay, well, so I'm going to be taking a break for lunch, and I'll try and do it again later on today. So yeah, Harding, if you're still there, this is I'm just going to repost this. This is the link to the Discord channel, and like I said, I always post it there, you know, maybe 10-15 minutes in advance that I'm going to be doing a stream. Sometimes I do a stream on Twitch because, you know, there's some people following me on there, so maybe they'll join. Sometimes I do it on YouTube. I've seen there's, you know, it's somewhat easier on YouTube because it already gets published to my channel, so people can watch the stream. But yeah. Okay, well, thank you all so much for stopping by, and that's going to be it for now. And I'll see you hopefully later on today. All right, take care for now, everybody.